lot warmer by the time we hit the weekend. So I know a lot of people are missing those warm temperatures in the 80s. I assure you they will.
Staycation this weekend seems like it's gonna be pretty nice here, right?
It's gonna be really nice. I know.
Yeah.
Why not? Really. Sure, we're dealing with Friday and Saturday all due to the return of Santa Ana winds. It's cloudy out there. Looks like visibility for the most part close to the surface is in pretty good shape, but you may want to check with your airlines if you are headed to San Diego International Airport and ensure that you don't have any delays. All right, taking a look at our satellite and radar composite, mid-70s for everyone from Fallbrook all the way down to Chula Vista. Closer to 80 degrees for El Cajon. That'll be one of our warmer spots this afternoon. Quite cool in Julian at 60, and we'll be in the mid-70s for Borrego Springs. All right, here's another live look outside facing offshore flow, also known as Santa Ana winds, come tomorrow, lasting all the way through the weekend. All right, 6:10 is the time. Let's go. About 70, 75 miles per hour if you're headed southbound coming in from Oceanside and Escondido. About 65, 70 mile per hour speeds in from Santee and La Mesa. And here's what it looks like for those northbound drives in from the South Bay. A lot of brake tapping northbound in from Chula Vista on the 5 near mile of cars. And we're now seeing a little bit of slowing in from Coronado. As we take a look at your drive times, 10 to 15 northbound in from San Isidro and National City up to the 8. Full span of the Coronado Bridge about 12 minutes. Let's go ahead and pull up those border wait times at 6:11. We're tracking about an hour and a half for both of those drives coming across from San Isidro's port of entry, as well as Otay Mesa at last check. Back to you guys.
For that, so buyer beware.
But you can end up making out if you do the proper research.
Might get lucky.
Fix it up a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for that report. 6:16 is the time on Thursday.
Hello, gray skies out there, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty gray. This is a live look from Hotel Del out in Coronado. I assure you this is going to be a happening place this weekend because we aren't going to see much of those clouds by the time we hit Saturday as off night into Monday, and we'll take a look into that in just a moment. Today's highs, I'm forecasting high 60s for the coastal areas. Some of those warmer spots, though, including Oceanside and Carlsbad, could very well touch into the low 70s. We'll be mostly in the low 70s for most of our inland neighborhoods, low 60s for the mountain areas, and then we'll hit highs close to 80 degrees this afternoon for spots like Borrego Springs and Ocotillo Wells. We still have this northerly direction of winds, and that's going to keep things quite cool, comfortable for one more day. And then notice what happens when I fast forward to tomorrow afternoon. We have more of that easterly flow, so that's going to dry things out and also help clear up that marine layer along the coastal spots, and that's also going to warm our temperatures by a few degrees or so. So big picture, we have these two systems working together. It's pushing in that easterly flow, so that's the reason why we have the return of Santa Ana winds. This system right here, though, is going to be a troublemaker. It drops south and it picks up on some moisture from the Gulf of California, and that's going to bring us the chance for some light showers as early as Sunday night into Monday morning. So if you're wondering, should I get a car wash? I don't want any spots on the windshield. Maybe you wait until Tuesday when things dry out, because we do have the chance, a very slim chance, of seeing some shower activity Sunday and Monday due to that 7 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. and the sunset closer to 7 p.m. with our first sunset after 7 p.m. on March 15th. All right, it is 6:19. Let's go ahead and switch gears. In Escondido, I'm not tracking any major delays. In fact, we're at steady speeds, 65, 70 miles per hour on the 5 and the 15. About 10 minutes right now coming in from Oceanside and Escondido. Eric?
Coming up here, times.
I always panic when I don't have cash, and then I'm like, oh, wait. 90% of people now accept the Venmo and other ways.
Oh, look, a little kayaker right there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That wind advisory came to an end early this morning. It was impacting the mountains and desert areas, and conditions will simmer down in terms of that onshore flow. Conditions right now out the door, we're in the high 50s. On average, we should typically be in the high 60s, low 70s. So we're still going to be trending above average, but a lot more comfortable. Here's a tease at what you can expect over the next 5 days inland. We will start to see those daytime highs climb, soaring on Sunday. We'll talk about the warm-up, the weekend warm-up, along with the weekend chance for rain. Yeah, rain. Those details ahead. All right, 6:39 is the time as you make your way out of the La Mesa area, headed west towards the College neighborhood. And it's a parking lot of brake lights, parade of brake lights, I should say. as you make your way in from Chula Vista on the 5 North headed towards the 54 split. I was looking on the CAD report to see if there were any crashes, any breakdowns, and there wasn't. So yeah, this is just what you're going to have to deal with if you're headed northbound coming in from Chula Vista this morning. We have a couple of stalled cars. We have one in the center divide on the 805 South right at Murray Bridge that may slow things down for you if you're making your way in from Kearney Mesa south towards Mission Valley. And then we have another stalled car, this one blocking the second lane from the left in San Diego on the 5 South as you make your way towards the Coronado Bridge. All right, travel speeds aren't too bad, anywhere between 60 to 70 to get you southbound coming in from Oceanside and Escondido this morning. Back to you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
It's going to be really, the clouds might be a little more stubborn to clear for the coastal areas, but the farther you are from the coast, the better clearing that we'll see.
See a little sun there, a little bit peeking between the clouds.
We're seeing a hint of sun. Northern neighborhoods, including Fallbrook as well as Palomar Mountain. They'll continue to come out of a northerly direction, and then looking ahead to tomorrow, those winds are going to shift out of the east. So these are the ones that are known as Santa Anas, and those are going to warm things up, dry us out, and also clear up that marine layer along the coastal spots. That'll last all the way through about Saturday and Sunday. The reason for that, we have these two systems kind of working together, and that's creating a tighter pressure gradient. Whenever that happens, that creates pretty strong winds towards the surface. So that's what we'll see come Saturday. That system, the area of low pressure, is going to drop south. It's going to pick up some moisture from the Gulf of California, and that's going to potentially bring us some light showers as early as Sunday night into Monday. So just bank on that. We could potentially see some stray showers. They'll likely come in the form of heavy mist and light drizzle, nothing to warm up. Noticeable warming arriving tomorrow, lasting all the way through Sunday. That's when the heat peaks and then temperatures drop back down on Monday. And as always, headed in from the South Bay towards Nashville City. This is the 8 in both directions right at Lake Murray. Right side of your screen is that westbound drive as you make your way towards the college area. No major issues or delays coming in from Santee and La Mesa, about 30 to 60 mile per hour speeds. Most of the slowing confined between the 125 up to Mast. Netta.
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty gloomy to start off our Thursday. In fact, this is a live look from one of our Mount Soledad sky cams. Although it's cloudy, visibility high enough off the surface where it's not causing too many issues in terms of travel. High temperatures for this afternoon, we'll see mostly scattered 70s along the inland valleys. Low showers come early Monday morning. Eastbound as you make your way onto the 5. So that could cause some slowing as you make your way on to Coronado this morning coming in from downtown. We'll be back after this. Comparable to yesterday, we'll be touching close to 70 degrees for those warmer spots along the coast and beach communities. Low 70s today with partly cloudy skies for the inland valleys. Low 60s for the mountains, and we'll be in the low 80s later on for our desert communities. As we take a look at those winds, they will track out of the north, but notice what happens when I fast forward to tomorrow. They shift direction out of the east. So these are also known as Santa Ana winds. They strengthen once they get across and descend the mountain slope. So this is where the strongest winds are going to be for the east, or the western rather, slopes of the mountain areas. For the inland valleys, we'll see gusts anywhere between 17, maybe 25 miles per hour. So for areas like Escondido, Ramona, and Alpine, that's going to help clear up those clouds and also warm temperatures. So by tomorrow we'll be about 5. Sink south, it's going to pick up some moisture from the Gulf of California, and that has the chance for bringing us some light showers as early as Sunday, likely Sunday night into Monday morning. Anything you see will be fairly light. It will come in the form of heavy mist and maybe some light drizzle, so just be prepared for Friday, Saturday, and eventually the 80s making a return on Sunday. But those temperatures come crashing down by the time we get to the start of next week. Here to give a shout out to Gidget. This is from Stacy out in Claremont. Thank you so much for submitting in this photo of your little pup. I know typically we give the wider shots of the dogs, kind of the full body scale, but I thought this was such a cute headshot of Gidget. Thank you so much, Stacy. And again, if you want to submit a photo, you can do so on our app or by texting us. All right, 740 Nashville City on the 5 as you approach the 54. In fact, it's looking like a parking lot for those headed northbound. This is the 8 in both directions. You could actually see in the distance there, it starts to thicken up quite a bit, congested as you make your way in from La Mesa, headed towards the college area. We are tracking a crash right at Twin Oaks. This is on the city. We're slow and go starting at the 54 all the way up to the 94 connector. Back to you guys. Skyline. Let's go ahead and take a look at current temperatures as you head out the door. It's sun and clouds for both the coast and inland valleys. Mid-60s on tap for the mountain neighborhoods, and nothing but sunshine for our deserts with highs close to 80 degrees. All right, today is going to be the coolest day of the next 4. Temperatures are only going to rise from here. We will have a shift in our weather pattern due to the return of Santa Ana's. And not only that, not only do we warm up this weekend, but we also have the chance for maybe some light showers come early Monday. Make sure that you're planning ahead if you're traveling towards the San Marcos neighborhood. We'll be back after these messages.
Hotel Del for the weekend?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Just do a staycation, unless it's raining.
Yeah. Well,
but we're looking at mostly dry conditions as we kick off our weekend and end of the work week. We are looking at gloomy skies right now, but we do have some areas attempting to see the sunshine peek through. For example, this is above the cloud today, and then cooling will quickly rebound come next week. Here's a look at today's highs across our microclimates. Pretty comparable to yesterday. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds, especially in the morning hours, and then those clouds will slowly start to break apart once we get around the 1-2 p.m. hours. Low 70s across the coastal neighborhoods, mid 70s for the inland valleys this afternoon. Mostly highs, mostly in the mid 60s for the mountain areas, and will be close to 80 degrees for our deserts. Winds are going to continue out of the north, sort of out of this onshore direction here. But notice what happens when I fast forward to tomorrow afternoon. Those winds shift out of the east, and those are known as Santa Ana winds. So once they descend down the mountains, they speed up. They also warm the surrounding air parcels, which is why we look at warmer temperatures, and they'll also help clear out that marine layer. So we're looking at clearer skies, especially for the beach communities come tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. As we take a look at the bigger picture, we have these two systems. The pressure gradient is tight, so the surface winds will start to accelerate, especially on Saturday. That's those easterly winds that we've been mentioning. As we take a look at your coastal 7-day forecast morning, we have a shot of maybe some light showers, heavy mist, drizzle, about a 20% chance, but there is still a chance present. City. Earlier, this looked like a parking lot, so there is improvement as we're getting into the 8 o'clock hour. This is the 8 in both directions. Right side of your screen is that drive out of Lake Murray, La Mesa as you head west towards the college neighborhood. Let's go ahead and see what's happening in terms of crashes. We have one that we're tracking on the 78 at Twin Oaks Valley Road. That's near San Marcos, and that's actually backing things up all the way from Vista. Stop and go as you make your way eastbound. As far as speeds coming in from the East County, about 25 to 35, headed in on the 52 as well as the 8. Back to you guys. Temperatures on the 52 degrees, 45 in Julian, and close to 70 already in Borrego Springs. Here's what I have on tap for today's highs. I'm forecasting low 70s for the Washington Avenue and Broadway. CBS8.com/traffic is where you can find more updates. We'll be back after this.
Get that QR code, and that's the easiest way to donate.
Right. Oh, that's great.
Because not everyone has, cash lying
I mean, with
chain.
Venmo, the QR codes, there's so many ways to give these days.
Absolutely.
That you don't even have to
make
have
it very
cash.
easy. Yeah, to help out.
Helping out lots of
Very
kids.
cool. And also, if you see them, drive slow. Like, make sure that we're
that you're stopping at the intersection.
Yeah, that we're
That's
practicing safe. 9 currently in Alpine, 51 in Mount Laguna, and 47 out in Julian. Good morning to you. Here's what you need to know as we finish off the night, mainly for those northern neighborhoods, right near the Riverside San Diego County line. Fallbrook, I'm talking to you. You may feel your car a little shaky later on tonight along the 15 because of those strong winds. Eventually, those winds are going to shift direction out of the east, and that's also known as that Santa Ana pattern. That's going to dry things out for us and warm temperatures up looking ahead to tomorrow afternoon. So these two systems are working together. The tighter the lines, the tighter the pressure gradient, and that's why the surface winds are a lot stronger. This system here eventually dives south, picking up some moisture as it rotates counterclockwise, and that's going to bring in some shower activity as early as Sunday night into early Monday. Now, as of right now, the numbers look fairly slim, not promising at all. I mean, we're talking climbing about 10 degrees or so by the time we hit Sunday, and then we're cooling down by the start of next week for spots like Julian, Palomar Mountain. Later on this afternoon, dropping a few degrees Friday and Saturday, and then we'll climb back up to the 80s by the time we get to Sunday. Drive for San Marcos is at Twin Oaks Valley, so this could slow things down as you make your way through the San Marcos neighborhood. As we take a look at the travel in from Santee, stop and go from the 125 as you make your way up the summit. Back to you guys.
Still ahead here.